Hello and welcome to today's devotional. My name is Jack Heineke, and our devotional today is from Romans chapter 1, verses 18 through 20. For God does not overlook sin, and the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who in their wickedness suppress and stifle the truth, because that which is known about God is evident within them, in their inner consciousness. For God made it evident to them, for ever since the creation of the world his invisible attributes, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen, being understood through his workmanship, all his creation, the wonderful things that he has made, so that they who fail to believe and trust in him are without excuse and without defense. Everywhere I look, I see evidence of the existence of a designer-creator. I know that I'm not that designer-creator, as all that I see was already here when I showed up, and I have no recollection of designing or creating any of what I see. And I doubt that any of you are that designer-creator either, because as soon as I hear someone say that we are gods ourselves, and then I ask them to create an apple out of nothing right now in front of my eyes, well, I get nothing back but a blank stare and no apple. I see the evidence in my thumbs that are writing these words on my phone. The eyes that see the evidence are evidence also, for the design of the thumbs and the eyes are mind-blowing. The evidence of life on this planet that has the exact parameters necessary for life to exist is staggering. The gravitational pull that keeps us and our stuff from spinning out into space. The tilt of the axis at just the right degree. The distance between the planet and the sun, between the moon and the planet. The right mixture of the particular elements that allow air to fill my lungs, to move through my lungs into my bloodstream and into my brain in order for me to formulate words and to write these words. The death of the coffee beans that fill my cup. The creatures in the water that help to sustain life. The death of the plants and animals that I ate yesterday that sustained my life also. My abilities to pick up a guitar and play specific notes and put chords to construct a new song out of old notes, beats, and chords, a melody this voice can sing to articulate whatever I choose to articulate, which will hopefully inspire another. Even my current frustrations with the unwilling technologies of my recording equipment that just aren't behaving as they used to and as I think they still should. Why don't you cooperate with me, computer, and software, and all the other things that are going on? Technology's wonderful when it works the way it's supposed to, just like us. The scary dreams I awoke to this morning of trying to find my children within a crowd is also evidence. Because my love for them and their love for me and our existence together is ample evidence for me to conclude that someone with a capital S is behind all of this. All of these things are just little bits and pieces of the evidence that I see that shows me that there is a creator, designer behind everything that I see. And this is what these verses are all about. God is very angry at those who attempt to suppress the truth of his existence when the evidence of his existence is everywhere and it's in everything that all of us see, if we have eyes to see it. It's in everything I look at. It's in the phone that I'm holding. The phone did not design itself, manufacture its parts, put itself together, and power itself up, or download the Facebook app that this devotional is being typed into. Everything involved in this devotional was all created by God. Even the resources used by man to design, manufacture, and the ability to power it up were all components that began their existence in the natural world. Plastics, synthetics, chemicals, all originally came from the world we live in. The building blocks of everything man-made is not man-made. And God is trying to tell us something very important here. Why is it that we can look at our phones and not come to the illogical conclusion that the phone created itself without a designer, without a manufacturer, put itself together, and powers itself up with the software necessary for the phone to function, that it's because we all logically know that it takes effort and work for the phone to exist and to perform as designed. It would literally be insane to think that the phone just exists without human effort, and that the phone has no function or purpose placed in it by its creators. So how is it then that people who can think logically about everything they look at in the world around them that is man-made and not come to the conclusion that it just put itself together and exists for no purpose and no reason, how can they look at ourselves and look at the world around us and come to the conclusion that the planet and the people that occupy the planet have no reason or purpose behind it? That we are here for no reason beyond the reasons that we assign to it. How is it that we cannot come to the same conclusions about our man-made items that are all around us? And that's because we know to think that, to believe that, would be insane. And yet many, if not most people, place little to no faith in the creator-designer we call God. Why is that? Well, in John chapter 3, Jesus answers that question. Because men love the darkness and hate the light, capital L. Men love the darkness that they think covers up their deeds of darkness, and they hate the light because it exposes their deeds of darkness. Even if the light just exposes it just to themselves, they still hate the light because it exposes what they want to keep hidden, that they want no one to see, including themselves. No one likes their stuff being exposed. And when someone's existence exposes it, they hate that someone. Just mention the name of Jesus and you can feel the hair standing up and you can sense the hostility arising. There is power in his name. There's no power in the names of Buddha, Muhammad, Krishna, or any other manifestation of some so-called divine spiritual being. Those names do not threaten because those names are not the light, capital L, that exposes. The name Jesus Christ has the power within it to expose. No other name has this power. No other name has this authority. No other name is alive. No other name can save. No other name can rescue us from our sin. No other name took upon himself the wrath of God against sin as he became sin, and the wrath of God was poured out on him instead of on me, who deserves it. No other name has compelled me to sit and write these devotionals. No other name has compelled me to trust, to obey, to love as this name has. No other name causes me to pick up a guitar and worship this name. No other name makes me want to sing from the pit of my soul and as loudly as I can at times to worship this name. No other name makes me glad to get up early on Sunday mornings and to gather with a bunch of other people who seem to feel the same way about this name as I do and who want to worship this name and learn more about this name and then want to share what we've learned because this name has given us life, and life is meant to be shared. The name is the designer creator behind everything I see, including and especially you. You who are listening to this is the reason it's being written and spoken. You are the reason why I write and speak these devotionals. Yes, I do this for myself, but if it was just for me, I wouldn't post them on Facebook and they wouldn't be posted on YouTube videos. The producer of these videos, she and her husband, her words were, "Your devotionals are very deep, and I want to make videos and post them on Facebook as an act of Christian ministry." That's a pretty profound thing, by the way, that someone would take the time, the effort, to put into making these videos for you guys to be able to listen to and to see. That is incredibly powerful to me, that words that I wrote affected somebody that deeply that they want to go out, not so much on a limb, but go out on a place of faith and post these in the hopes that they will touch and reach you as well. because you are the reason that these videos are being posted, that these devotionals are being written. It's not just for us. It's mostly for you, to glorify God, to challenge your walk, to bring you into a closer relationship with God, so that you too would minister to and serve other people as well. The responses that I've gotten from people just for writing these devotionals has inspired me, because as I spoke before, iron sharpens iron. This is not a one-way or even a two-way street, but it's a big multi-lane superhighway where we all encourage one another in our walks with Christ, because that's what the body does. That's what the family does. We look out for each other, we inspire each other, we challenge each other, we encourage each other to deepen our walk with Christ. God made you and I with a plan and a purpose, for He is the designer and creator of all we see. And God always has good plans and purposes for everything and everyone He creates.